Hello, everyone, and welcome to our inaugural Friday night quiz. We have two people joining me today. I will be the quizmaster. I'll be asking all the questions. And for the first one, I figured I wrote my wife into it. So say hello, Lella.
Hello.
And of course, my long suffering podcasting partner, Dean. Say hello, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
So the way this is going to work is I've developed a little game, and it's called They Designed What? So the way this quiz is going to work is I'm going to give you a designer, and I'll show you one of their most famous games, and I'll give you three options of what other games they've designed. I'm not expecting you guys to know the answer. I will give you three very obscure games, and you have to just work it out logically what you think that they've designed. Now, I will say how the points work is who's ever going to go first is going to pick which answer they want. If they get the right answer, it's going to be 2 points. But before I will give the answer, the other person will choose. If they choose the same thing as the other person, you will split the points. So, Lella, if you think Dean really, really knows the answer and he goes first, you can say, I'm going to do the same thing, Dean, and you guys split the points. Or you think Dean doesn't know what he's talking about, I'm going to pick a different answer, and then who's ever right is going to get the 2 points. So it's kind of a way to, maybe it's a catch-up mechanic or, a trader mechanic or something like that. That's the points I decided to do because supposedly Dean has a vast knowledge of designers and games.
Really?
Lella enjoys playing games. She's always up for games, but I don't think she has a favorite designer. And if you ask her what her favorite game is, well, what is your favorite game, honey?
What do I like, Graeme?
Exactly. So we're going to get right into this. So the first one is Uwe Rosenberg. So one of his most popular games, according to Board Game Geek, is a game called Feast for Odin. So he has a long history. He's done a vast variety of games. So of these next three games, I'm going to give you the description that I found on Board Game Geek. So I did not write these. I'm letting you know right now that I did not write these. I will give you the rating of the game and the description and then the mechanisms that it uses. And I will say that this game that I want you to find of these three that's on the screen is put out by Adelung Spiel. So all three games are from Adelung Spiel. So you just have to find out which one is Uwe Rosenberg's. So the first one, is it Take Off, which is ranked 16,555. It's a basic bidding game in which each player is an airline. Everyone receives route cards and plane cards, and in turn, each player puts the route card, which lists locations for three of the plane types from their hand, up for auction. At the end, the players are rewarded for connectivity within the resulting network of cities. This uses the auction or bidding mechanism. Or is it the game called Turbo, which is ranked 18,310? Again, before I read this, I want to say this is what it says on Board Game Geek. You think motorsports are just a guy thing? Everyone knows the excitement at the beginning of the race can bring. All the lights are red, engines roar, tensions rises. Suddenly a driver from the back has problems with his vehicle and raises his arm. For a short time, the tension ebbs before the start is delayed. A short time later, restart. Again, all lights are red, engines howl, and everyone stares spellbound at the lights. Suddenly, the lights jump to green and the race begins. The drivers gun their engines and drive as fast as possible without running off the course. Who will get first place? This game isn't just for male motorsports fans. This uses hand management, a modular board, point-to-point movement, and simultaneous action selection. Or is it the game Titus, ranked 17,381? Theme: the cards show coins, probably Roman, but this is a very abstract card game with a memory element. Gameplay: the 54 coin cards have the values of 1 to 19 printed on both sides. The value on each side differs from the other side by a maximum of 2. The goal of the game is to collect a series of 4 cards with a consecutive values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Series of 4 exchange for victory points cards, and there are 12 victory points cards with a value of 18 all the way down to 7. The first player to collect a series gets 18 points, then 17 points, 16 points, etc. So the sooner you complete a series, the better. This only mechanism it lists is card game. So which out of those three, and again, since Dean is the expert, I'll have Dean choose first. Which of those three do you think Uwe Rosenberg designed?
Okay. Based off the description, I feel like I should say Titus, but I think I'm going to go with Turbo, only because it's a Formula One racing game. He is a European. So if he was going to make that style of game, it would be a Formula One game, I think. So that's my choice, Turbo.
Okay, so you are picking Turbo. Now, Lella,
Mhm.
which do you want to do the same thing as Dean and split the points, or do you want to go off on your own and pick your own game?
Well, I actually was going to pick Turbo too for very similar reasons to Mr. Liggett
Hmm.
there. Just the name Rosenberg is a big racing name as well, so that's why I was going for
Mm.
Turbo. So,
So you're both going for Turbo.
yes.
Okay, well, the game Takeoff was designed by Frank Brandt. The game Turbo was designed by Zoltan Azzel.
Ah, I
And
knew I should have
Titus
stuck with Titus.
was designed by Uwe Rosenberg.
Bummer.
Now, I will say that if I gave you some of the comments for Turbo, you'd probably even think it was Uwe even more, because a lot of the comments were, "This is math the game," and if you want to teach kids math, Turbo is the game to go with.
Okay.
But he actually did Titus, so we're at a big 0-0. So don't have to worry about splitting. Actually, you know what? You guys can split the 0.
I should have stuck with my initial thought. Titus sounded like the type of scoring that he would do, but I just I locked in on Turbo.
Okay.
My mistake. See, Lola, you should have gone with Titus.
I should have, but I didn't.
Ah, well.
So
Last time
Alright.
I used logic.
So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to have Dean go first on this next one too, because this is the one that he may or may not know. Because the designer I picked was Alexander Pfister. This is Dean's boy. He's looking very intently at the screen now. So
I might
Alexander,
have to get my glasses out. Hold on.
I have removed the names from the designer names from all the box covers. So Alexander Pfister, very popular designer. His most popular game is Great Western Trail on Board Game Geek, but he also did a children's game for Amigo. So I looked at 3 different Amigo games, and all around the same one. So did he design Monsta, which is ranked 16,343? So Monsta has 81 cards featuring cartoon monsters and a number between 2 and 7. The active player plays a number of identical monsters from his hand equal to the number that features on those cards. Therefore, you have to play like 2 2s or 6 6s. One of them is kept in a scoring pile and is worth a number of points equal to the number on the card, and the rest are just discarded. The top card of the draw pile is then revealed, and the active player adds any one card from his hand, and the remaining players secretly bid cards from their hand. Cards from the highest bid go to the active player, and the highest bidder takes the revealed cards and becomes the new active player. First player to 15 points is the winner. This uses the auction bidding mechanism and its set collection. So, the next game that he may or may not have designed is one called Mines, ranked 16,487. So, each year the members of the Hunters and Gatherers Society set off in a friendly competition to search for the most unusual exhibits. In the end, the competitor who makes the most of the available opportunities and shows the most valuable collection will be pronounced Collector of the Year. Over the course of Mines, players try to get hold of the valuable exhibits in order to expand their private collections. On return, a player first takes 3 means of procurement cards from the display. These may be used to secure exhibits worth victory points at the endgame scoring. When a player takes off her 3rd exhibit, the current round ends, and all players must discard part of their means of procurement cards. After 3 rounds, players tally their victory points from the exhibits and possible collection bonus cards, and the player with the highest points wins. This uses hand management and set collection. Or did he design Versin Schwanger, rank 16,627? This directly translates to "We're pregnant. Tell your relatives that your little family will have a baby and the storm starts." This game is about finding the good first and family names for your unborn child that are liked by your gaming partners as well. So, what is the game that Mr. Pfister designed? Again, I'm going to have Dean go first because this is the one that Dean may or may not know, so I will let him choose first. So which one of those, Dean, did you think that your boy, Mr. Pfister, designed?
Well, I am 100% confident that I don't know, and I'm going to go with Mines.
Okay. So, Lella, are you going to... Now, remember, Dean is a Pfister expert.
Mhm.
So, are you going to split the points or going to go off on your own and pick something else?
I'm going off on my own, and I think I'm going to do the one on the right there. We're sing that one.
Okay.
Now, he is German, so it's a possibility, but I don't know if the first one, Monster, if that's actually a German word. It doesn't look familiar, and the way you described it definitely did not sound like a kid's game.
So the Monster is a kid's game.
It didn't sound like it.
Yeah. I was surprised it was a kid's game, but it is rated 8 plus. Same with Mines is also rated 8 plus. So Monster, unfortunately, was designed by Tim Rodiger. Mines was designed by Alexander Pfister.
Yeah.
And Versin Schwanger was designed by Uwe Rosenberg.
Oh, no way!
Yep. So Dean has 2 points and Lella has 0 points.
It's over.
So
3 more questions, dude.
the next one is someone who's known very much for their thematic games. And this is Richard Launius. So Richard Launius designed Arkham Horror. He's designed a lot of other very thematic games. He's known as thematic designer. So, which of these thematic games did Richard Launius design? Now, again, these are all games from a publisher called Table Star Games. So, did he design Plundar, which is unrated? So, Plundar is a fishing game, somewhat like the classic game Casino, simplified. For example, a number card is played to capture a card on the table with the same number. Lacking a match, the card can be captured with a combination of cards that add up to the played card. The only mechanism, it's a card game. Or did he design Martinis and Men, rank 17,950, in which you match up your friends, then send them on their first dates in hopes of love at first sight. But be careful, other matchmakers will be trying to steal them out from underneath your nose. This uses the dice rolling mechanism. Or finally, did he do Gridiron Glory? Again, this is another unrated game. The basic mechanism of the classic game War, that is, flip 2 cards, compare the values, determines whether the ball is fumbled, held, or advanced down the field in a game themed around American football. Dice are rolled whenever the scoring opportunity to assign points. This uses the dice rolling mechanism. So, which of those extremely thematic games did Richard Launius do? Did he do Plunder, the pirate game, Martinis and Men, about, it sounds to me like a 50s, house party type thing, or Gridiron Glory? So I'm going to have Lella go first this time. So what do you think is the game that Richard Launius has designed?
I'm going to say, just because it's card action, the Plundar.
Plundar? Okay.
Hmm.
So Dean, are you going to split the points, or are you going to go off on your own?
I'm going to go off on my own. Even though I don't believe it's going to be Martinis and Men. I think Launius is probably a pretty big football fan. It does have cards, has a little bit of dice in it. So I'm going to go with Gridiron Glory.
Okay. So, Plundar was designed not by Richard Launius. I forgot to write down who did it. Same thing with Martinis and Men. It was not done by Richard Launius. So Richard Launius did do Gridiron Glory. So Dean's out on front. So Dean now has 4 points, and Lella, unfortunately, still has 0 points.
Yeah, I just couldn't see him doing a Martini and Men's, like an office, what was that show, Mad Men or whatever? That's what it sounds like.
I was thinking more of the drinking aspect of it.
Well, I could see him liking that, perhaps, but yeah. Well, none of those games actually truly sound like they'd be a Launius game, but
No, they do not. Okay, so the next game, or the next designer, is a Martin Wallace. So Martin Wallace designed a very popular game called Brass. He's all about, he's done a whole series of train games, Railways of the World, Brass, Steam, Age of Steam. So he did a game for Stratamax Games. So which of these three, and they're all published by Stratamax Games, which one did Martin Wallace design? Was it Bavarian Holiday, which is an unrated game? So what can be better than drinking beer at a fine pub and enjoying the scenic mountain views? In the dice game Bavarian Holiday, players choose how many and of which color dice to roll to represent the types of beer that they have ordered. If you run out of beer spaces to cross off on your score sheet, you spill your beer and are forced to roll only for pretzels. Be the first one to quit before spilling too many beers or eating too many pretzels, and you get a bonus points for having the good sense to leave the pub, buy flowers, and go home. This uses the dice rolling mechanism and push your luck. Or did he design Congo Line? Not Conga Line, Congo Line. This is an unrated game. The Congo Line is a game where goods move from city to city across the Congo. During each turn, players will choose whether to load their goods onto the train or move a train forward towards the next city. Players also have the opportunity to purchase stock in the train companies as well. When a train reaches the next city, stocks and goods are converted into money. At the end of the game, the player with the most money wins. As the trains travel the tracks, however, they are at risk of being robbed. Similarly, the stockholders are subject to being bought out or of seeing the value of their stocks diminish. This uses dice rolling, pick up and deliver, and stock holding. Or did he design Princesses and Unicorns? And this is an unrated game. In Princesses and Unicorns, players use their identical sets of cards to bid on 3 types of prizes: crowns, gowns, and frogs, because a princess needs as many of these to pick from as possible. The fairy godmother will let you choose a prize, whereas the witch will cost you a point. This uses the auction and bidding mechanism. So Dean, out of these 3 Martin Wallace games, or Martin Wallace potential games, which one do you think he did? Did he do the Bavarian Holiday about drinking beer, the Congo line about getting stuff across the Congo, or did he do Princesses and Unicorns about getting new dresses and gowns?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know because I mean the one sounds obvious, like it maybe would be his. It's a railroad game sorta, but that seems too obvious. I think you just put Princess and Unicorns on there because you like it, but
I'm trying
the
to
one game I
I'm trying to appeal to your to the stuff you like.
yeah. Well, I think the one game actually sounds pretty good. The what is it? The beer.
The Bavarian
What's the
Holiday?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with princesses and unicorns.
Okay. So Lella, are you going to go with Dean or are you going to go out off on your own?
No, I don't think it's the princesses.
Okay, is
Do we
it
go obvious or do we go Bavarian? That's a good choice. I'm gonna go Congo. If this guy's done so many train things, this is maybe where he started, Congo line.
Okay, so Congo Line was designed by Doug Eckhart and Max Michael. Princess and Unicorns was designed by Aaron Lauster and Max Michael. And Bavarian Holiday was designed by Martin Wallace. So no one gets any points that round.
I could see him doing that game.
Okay, so we're going to go into the final round. And because Lella's behind, we're going to make this double or nothing.
Ooh.
Four points or nothing. And you cannot
Changing the rules on the fly, sure, whatever, go for it.
you cannot pick the game that the other person picked.
Okay,
So-
so she's gonna go first too, right?
I'll let it up to you. Whoever wants to go first.
Well, I mean, since it's more of an advantage for her to have 3 to choose from.
Sure, okay, we'll do that. So Lella can go
All right.
first.
Okay.
So this designer is Rob Daviau. He started working for Parker Brothers before he kind of branched off on his own, and he's known as the father of legacy games. So Pandemic Legacy is his #1 game. So while he was at Parker Brothers, he designed for the European arm as well, which is called Parker Spiel. So for Parker Spiel, he designed a game. So which one of these following 3 games did he do? Was it Partini, which is ranked 18,849? This is a party game with a delicious twist. A great mix of games for the laugh-out-loud party crowd. Open up the game box, sprinkle friends around the room, mix up the coasters, then pick them at random to play 6 games. Stir in a dash of drama, a splash of laughs, and a double shot of silliness, and you've got a happy hour that will last all evening long. Or did he design Crazy Old Fish War? 4 card games you know and love are shuffled into one simple, fast, exciting game. Be the first to get rid of all your cards in this crazy game. Match, go fish, or declare war on each turn. Your crazy eights will help you along the way, and don't forget the Old Mermaid special powers. But you play here at a price. Crazy Old Fish War card game combines the best parts of your favorite card games. I question the use of the word favorite there. Or did he design Wild Horde? At the dawn of time, man emerged from the cave and wanted something to do, so they invented the sport, rockball. The rules of this game are long lost to the passing years, but you can recreate the thrill and excitement of being a rockball team manager. Recruit athletes with bribes, bones, rocks, sticks, and meat, but draft carefully. Only the smart leader will build the best team. So I should tell you, I think I forgot, Partini was ranked 18,849, Crazy Old Fish War was 17,136, and Wild Horde is unranked. So we'll let Lella go first. Lella has a choice of any of these 3. So which one do you think that Rob Daviau, the father of legacy games, designed while he was at Parker Brothers?
I'm thinking Partini.
Okay.
That sounds possible.
It's not the one I thought you were going to pick.
Okay, so over to you, Dean. So your choices are Crazy Old Fish War or Wild Horde.
I hope to God he didn't design Crazy Old Fish War. So I'm going to go with Wild Horde.
Okay. So Partini was designed by Chris Nielsen. Crazy Old Fish War was designed by Thomas and Dave Rabideau. And Wild Horde was designed by Rob Daviau.
Woo, woo.
Okay. So final score is Dean scored 8 points and Lella unfortunately scored 0 points. Obviously, Dean knows a lot about very obscure games.
I have a lot of bad games in my collection, apparently.
Okay, so that wraps up our very first Friday night quiz. Now, we're calling it Friday. Well, I'm calling it Friday night quiz, but we're not going to post it till Monday. Hopefully, we'll make these things a semi-regular basis, so I hope you all enjoyed it. So until next time, thanks for watching.
See ya.
You going to say anything, Lella?
Bye.